So the Bills get their first win on a Monday night at home since 1994. Josh Allen, incredible. 4 touchdown passes, no interceptions. Stefon Diggs, 12 catches, 3 of them for scores. It is all Buffalo. 41-7, your final. And we welcome in 2-time Super Bowl champ Bryant McFadden. B-Mac, I got to admit, I was a little nervous coming into this one because Buffalo, bad things just seem to happen for these guys, especially in the biggest moments. The exact opposite happened. Buffalo rose to the occasion. The Bills send everybody home happy, even after the kids got a half day off of school because of how big of a deal this is. Is this Buffalo's time? Is this their coming out party?
I mean, we kind of coming out party, I won't necessarily say that. I think last week was more of a coming out party for this year based on the expectations, right? And so far, they've lived up to the billing. One of the more consistent teams on both sides of the football that we have in the National Football League, one of the best quarterbacks in the game, one of the best wide receivers in the game as well. And they just play complete team football. That's what we saw. Granted, the Tennessee Titans, they're not a good team right now. They can improve, but based on what we've seen in 2 weeks of play, they're not a good team. But Buffalo made them look like a bad team. They really dominated. And anytime you can take your starters out in the beginning of the fourth quarter, that tell you how dominant you've been.
And no doubt, you mentioned Josh Allen and Stefon Diggs. Where are they as far as quarterback-receiver duos in the league right now?
I mean, they're in the top of the charts at their respective position. I think what we saw last Thursday with Buffalo traveling to LA and seeing Josh Allen do what he did, everybody was talking about Josh Allen, deserving so because he had a heck of a game. And then Pat Mahomes came that following Sunday, and then everybody's talking about Pat Mahomes. And Josh Allen proved tonight, don't forget about me. Don't forget about who I am as a player. Don't forget about who I am as a quarterback. And he just had an unbelievable game. I mean, 4 touchdowns in 3 quarters. Think about that. 4 touchdowns in 3 quarters. I'm just so happy I had his prop 1.5 passing touchdowns because easily he surpassed that prop.
Yeah, no doubt. You did really well on this game, by the way, and we're going to get into that in just a little bit. But on the other side of the coin, you got Ryan Tannehill, 117 passing yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, replaced by Malik Willis. Look, part of me thinks that Tannehill coming out was kind of like a hockey goalie getting pulled when he gives up, 4 goals right away in the first period. A lot of that is just a little self-preservation. But where are we with Ryan Tannehill right now and his tenure as the number 1 guy in Tennessee?
I mean, I don't think you want to panic right now at the quarterback position. This loss wasn't solely on Ryan Tannehill. The entire offense laid down. I mean, the first play of the game, they lose their best offensive alignment in Taylor Lewan. They didn't really see King Henry take off like we all expected to see. They just played against one of the best teams in the National Football League, and they weren't prepared. They lack talent, especially on the offensive side of the ball right now. The skill positions, they don't have the talent that you would want to have when you're playing against the Buffalo Bills, and it showed. It shows. So Ryan Tannehill had a bad night. His offense had a bad night. They got to go back to the drawing board and get back to fundamentals and technique and things like that because the bully ball that we've grown accustomed to see from the Tennessee Titans, we haven't seen in 2 weeks of play.
No, in fact, we haven't seen it in a long time. Let's be honest. Derrick Henry, loved King Henry, but he hadn't looked the same since he hurt his foot midway through last season, right? Came back for the playoffs, did score a touchdown in the postseason game, but wasn't himself. Hasn't been himself as we knew him at 28 years of age. Is it time to worry that Derrick Henry may not be Derrick Henry like we once knew him ever again?
I won't say that, Russ, and here's why. I mean, every time he's in the ball game, especially on first and second down, they're stacking the box. They're daring the Tennessee Titans to throw the football. And see, that's the price you pay when you trade away a wide receiver like A.J. Brown. Not saying Treylon Burks can't be a real good player for their offense, but right now he's not there yet. When you have a proven number 1 target at the wide receiver position, every defender can't be in the box. You still have to respect the pass a little bit. So not having a guy like A.J. Brown in the fold, it puts more attention on Derrick Henry.
True that, B-Mac. All right, one last thing. No team since 2018 has started the season 0-2 and made the playoffs. Give me one good reason why the Titans are going to buck that trend and make the postseason. They're now 0-2.
I can't give you one good reason. To be honest, I can't give you one good reason because just look, they're 0-2. They lost to the Giants, missed field goal. They got dominated by the Buffalo Bills tonight. So, Russ, let's look at it like in their division alone, it's wide open. But right now, even with the concerns with the Indianapolis Colts, I mean, I think that I kind of trust the Colts more so than Tennessee. And Jacksonville might be the team that really you need to worry about it in the AFC South. So me personally, the division is there, but I don't think right now, personnel-wise, they lack talent. They lack talent. So that's my biggest concern in regards to the Tennessee Titans getting into the tournament, better yet winning the division. Well, now, anything can happen. It's only 2 weeks of play. Don't want to hit the panic button just yet, but just what I've seen in 2 weeks of play, they've been playing some bad ball.
Yeah, I'd say big concern is fair for Tennessee, and big love right now for the Buffalo Bills. Huge win at home on Monday night. B-Mac, great to see you as always. Well done. And actually, Bryant McFadden, the two-time Super Bowl champ, he had himself quite a pregame because he was 5-2 on his picks. Hit on Jared Allen, going over a touchdown and a half. Hit on Stefon Diggs with more than 6.5 receptions. Yeah, Diggs way more on that one, too. He hit on Singletary under on the rushing yards, Tannehill under on the passing yards, and Woods over on the receptions. Good night for Bryant McFadden. And you can check out more of Bryant McFadden with his buddy Patrick Peterson. It is the All Things Covered podcast. You can check it out wherever you get your podcasts, including Spotify. It's All Things Covered.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.